What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 389 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network. Today is Tuesday, April 7th, 2026, and this episode is streaming live on a bunch of platforms, including Twitch, YouTube, X, Facebook. I'm your host, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, yo.
Hey, everyone.
What's happening,
Welcome
man?
in.
What's going
This is
on?
an exciting episode. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, so Adam had some crappy weather in New Hampshire, so we're hoping
Yeah,
that
it was snowing.
he said people were mowing their lawns yesterday and then shoveling snow today.
Yeah, people were like leaf blowing. They hired some people. Like I watched it. I watched it happen. And then I wake up this morning and it starts to snow.
Yeah,
And
that's
there was at
crazy.
least like an inch and a half to 2 inches. I mean, the roads didn't get affected. It was just like the yard stayed covered. And
Yeah,
then by the time it was like 3 or 4, it was all gone.
but enough to gum up the works of the internet and the all that fun stuff with
Yes.
all that goodness. So hopefully everything will hold together. But like I said, we are streaming this live on a bunch of platforms. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. And that means you get a free sub every month. We'd love it if you cashed it in on us. That'd be fantastic. Shout out to Fisher J here in the chat on a 35-month subscription streak. That's crazy. That's crazy to think we've been doing that this long. Shout out to Fisher J. We got Ozark Renee, C. Fran, Stacy P. are here, of course, said, I missed you last week. Yeah, sorry about that last week, y'all. Had a little bit of a life situations going on. Adam had something cooking on Tuesday. I had nothing cooking on Thursday when we were supposed to redo it. And I was just like literally nothing cooking. I was like, I have no energy. I cannot do this right now. So it was crazy. But shout out to everybody who's here in the chat already. We really appreciate it. Yo, Ashley the artist is in the house. What's going on, y'all? Anna K is here
Welcome
as
in.
well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Renee's here, of course. So yeah, we got plenty to talk about today. If you're not living under a rock, there was some absolute madness happening. I don't know how we're going to dance around this. There's some absolute madness happened at the Orlando Regionals, and we're going to dig into it
Some.
pretty good. Yeah, there's some stuff.
It
I mean,
was so bad. It
look,
was so embarrassing.
look,
It was just
the
embarrassing.
regionals are getting tons of media coverage. Like you would think
I
that's a good
understand,
thing.
but it's so embarrassing, these rulings.
Yeah,
Like, what happened to
unfortunately,
this game?
it's all for the wrong
What happened to
reasons.
this game?
I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going to talk about it. Definitely some controversial calls by the officials, and yeah, the community is rallying, and yeah, even larger news and gaming outlets are picking it up, IGN, things like that. So we'll dig into it. And then the last episode, we kind of had a conversation about gaming addiction and got a lot of really good feedback. Thank you to everyone that wrote in. And I figured to follow up on that, I want to talk about a couple healthy habits that we can do with this game to kind of be positive and combine things like exercise and hiking and walking and things like that to kind of healthify. You know how you want to gamify? Sometimes you want to gamify your exercise, right? You got to like healthify your gaming with Pokemon Go. So I got some techniques to help you, stay healthy when it comes to some of our routines in this game. And then after the break, we're going to run through the gaming recap. We had a shockingly good time this last week. That was a lot of fun. The April Go Pass is here. Lucky Trinket is back, so that's always a big push for a lot of people. And although we have another vanilla week ahead of us, there's still plenty of stuff to do left in April, so we'll get through all of it. But let's start with a little bit of a personal recap. How are you, Adam? How's your week been? What's the deal, yo?
It's been all right. I've been catching some pocket monsters.
You've been catching some
Uh,
pocket monsters?
listen. The release of Mimikyu has been a lot of fun. Although I don't have a good one. I've caught so many, and it was legit the first like spotlight hour I went ham for. I didn't go straight home. I played the crap out of it and caught a
Nice.
ton of Mimikyu. Uh,
Were you
and
seeing like
I
a
mean,
maybe a 75% Pikachu, 25% Mimikyu ratio? That's kind of like what we were
yeah,
seeing, maybe even a little less,
I
but
had to travel around to find more Mimikyu.
yeah, I put the alert on the Pokedex, and that helped a lot as well. But I do have a question for you regarding Mimikyu and for everyone that's listening to here in the chat. So when they announced that April Fool's Day was going to be Mimikyu, right? We started getting the news from New Zealand, all that good stuff. It was like, all right, this is a fantastic April Fool's thing. You know we have to get out there to play. We know it's going to be part of Spotlight Hour. Everyone's going nuts. Everyone's going ham. But then we wake up on April 2nd and they're still on the nearby. And then here we are, April 7th, and Mimikyu is still available. Now, I'm all for allowing people to have the opportunity to catch the Pokemon they want to catch. However, I don't know. I think the fact that they didn't pull this thing after April 1st, I don't know. It took away
I
some of
am
the luster. I don't know. Like I don't have a
no,
good one
the
yet
chase
either,
is
but
still there. The
I,
chase is still there.
I
I
don't
want
feel
those
it. My
Mimikyu
fire
candy.
has been my Charmander's tail has been extinguished with this Mimikyu
Well,
chase.
that is a terrible way to look at it. You just gotta say to yourself, "Man, I'm really thankful that I got all these extra candies."
Yeah, yeah. Well,
That's like saying, "I'm upset because I saw a Delibird on the nearby and I caught it."
no, I have kept all of them. This will make for some good like Friday night trades, like 100 trades, knock them out. Mimikyu for Mimikyu, all that good stuff. So a lot of people chasing the XLs on that. So I know there's plenty of people looking to trade and transfer. So I'm sure that'll be on everyone's plate. Shout to Terminal subscribing for 5 months. Appreciate you, Terminal. Appreciate you so much. Stacy P says, I need 296 XL. Happy it's still out. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it does give the opportunity. That's how you pick up all your candy and all that stuff. But I don't know, man. When they do these limited drops, it makes it feel more exclusive. And then, we get upset when it's like, oh, now everything is available shiny, but like, oh, Meltan Shiny's not available here, or Smeargle is not available here. It's like, oh, they took it away from us. But I don't know. I felt a little different with Mimikyu
They're always
because
taking stuff away from
I
us.
don't know, man. I thought it was cool. But what did you think of like the week of Spotlight Hours over a shockingly good time? Were you able to kind of take
Yeah, it
advantage
was
of
pretty
that?
cool. It was nice to see, like, Mareep and Joltik. It
Yeah, yeah.
was pretty cool.
All right, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I've been just super busy at work. We're coming into like the busy season for me with some of our, I'm marketing manager of a marine construction company. So it's like I have a lot of marine construction stuff going on. All the people at the Jersey Shore kind of had super damage over the winter because of all this ice and crazy snow that we had. So it's got a lot going on there. And I work for a bunch of different companies, same owners, bunch of companies. So it's just been super busy, and I haven't had much time to do much of anything. So it's been a little bit of a challenge. But shout to everybody that's here in the chat. We really appreciate all y'all that's always here. We appreciate you. Sorry about last week. And we promise to make it up to you by having a good show today. I promise. Promise it's going to be fun. All right, so let's. I want to talk about Orlando. I think we should just jump right into it and just figure this all out and kind of see where the community stands and see where we stand. But the way
Alright,
this,
so if you wanna we don't even have to talk about what happened because if you haven't seen it, you're living under a rock. I'm just gonna say straight up, if we look back at every regional top cut match ever, or like within the past few years, several people take their headphones off. Several people put down the cards. Like, this isn't the first time. So why are we like taking people's
all
wins
right, well,
that they deserved
do you
because they
think it
played a
was
good game?
done aggressively? Like, was this an aggressive headphone toss? And I have video playing right now for the video viewers. Shout to True
Have
Inferno.
you seen any sports? Have you seen any esports? Anything esport? Like when people like are when you're excited, like think about when you like catch 100%, you're like, yeah, let's go. Like
This
your
is a
body, like you don't
It's a
it
passionate
just
game.
happens.
We're
You're
passionate
excited
people.
about it. Right. It's a passionate game. You're passionate people. You're gonna get passionate like gestures because people are excited. There's so much passion that like imagine sitting through working so hard to get to the top cut. Nerves, you're shaking. Like there's no way you're not shaking. There's no way you don't have it like anxiety. Like you're on the stage. Like like, you're not a movie star, you're playing Pokemon Go or you're playing the TCG. You either have nerves of steel and you're just like, "All right, I got this." And, like, when you get it, like, the weight is lifted. You're excited. People are excited.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, not everybody like, we have we podcast. I know to take my headphones off and put them around my neck. That is just something that, like, I would do instinctively. Not everybody feels that way. Not every
yeah.
I put them to my right every time. I wouldn't put them on my cards because I have a little bit more respect for my cards, just personal thing.
I know.
But, like, seeing common cards get, like, crumpled up or, like, in a dumpster or just, like, thrown on the ground, I pick it's like seeing a penny on the ground. I still pick up the commons, you know?
Yeah. Well, all right. So let me back up. So
That's
if
just my 2 cents. I know,
well,
I
there's a
know.
couple people here in the chat that don't know what happened. So here's the story. So Firestar 73, this is a known competitor, been in a ton of tournaments and things like that. Had a rough start to the tournament, was in the losers bracket, ended up having to ultimately, if you were to be competitive in the tournament again and get back to the final table, would have to win 6 matches in a row, 6 wins in a row. He did that. He worked his way all the way back up, got into the final match, and ended up winning the final match. And after winning, he stands up, he takes his headphones off, he throws his headphones on the table, gives a hooray, one of these, shakes his opponent's hand, gets pulled aside.
Sorry, he does a fist bump. He
Yeah, does
does
a
a
little
fist bump
fist
like
bump.
that.
And
But, like, again,
no,
that's
dude,
like, you
very,
you see any
nothing wrong
any
with it.
sports any esports, anything, people are like, "Yeah, let's go." Like, that's what people do.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely
what people
nothing wrong
do.
with it. And
And then he shakes his opponent's hand.
yeah, the opponent had no problem. The opponent didn't call a judge
Yep.
over or anything like that. And it was
Just
kind
a
of
a crappy call.
couple
Crappy
minutes.
call straight up.
Yeah, couple minutes after the match, head judge pulls him over. One of the officials pulls him over and says, "Hey, we're retracting your win for unsportsmanlike conduct because your celebration was in bad taste or whatever." They pull the win from him. He goes home with nothing. The person he defeated in the Go match ends up taking the win. They haven't put a statement out at all. Uh, and it's pretty rough. Like, it's just something that clearly this was not anything malicious. Clearly, this wasn't threatening, or he wasn't making an attack or anything like that. And granted,
But, like,
I'm
what
speaking
if
for him, but clearly I have
yeah.
eyes, right? Like we all have eyeballs. Like, we're all watching it, and the PvP community, which is known for being spicy and all that kind of stuff, and especially in the on the Twitterverse and all that, they came out and rallied. And if we look at its actions tweet here, it's up to 4.3 million views. Like, this has got national news level stuff. It's blown up. And if we just scroll through the comments, which is a little sketchy sometimes on X, but when you look through it, you got Fleece King, you got G471X, you've got Trainer Rem, Posh, Jimma Banks. Like, you got some names here, Jogata Excelente, like
Mhm.
a whole bunch of people here. Like, what is going on? Like, how could this be real life? And this poor dude worked his way up, got it, got rug pulled. So that was one thing that happened on the Go side. Now,
Well, hold on. So let's put the brakes on that. Think about, like, I don't even know if like, cool, I got the first pla like, I don't know if I would even be able to accept that. Like, I'd be like, "No, he beat me." Like, that's a crappy call.
yeah,
Like, how
yeah,
is that not the response? Like,
yeah.
I understand crap happens. It was a tight game. It was 5 matches to win. It was
I
very close.
it
And then to be that close from starting from being at the bottom and working your way, like, to really be that close, like, there's just no way, like, that.
But, like, you look at the dude's face, you look at his eyes when he's doing the celebration. There's no bad blood here. Like,
Nope,
so
nope.
pretty much what this tells me, and again, personal opinions here, that, like, when people put that Twitter bio disclaimer, like, my tweets are my own. It's like, These are my own thoughts here. This was total BS. And
Yep.
um, it's unfortunate because what this tells me and what this does is it shows the world, and now because of all the negative press and it's getting picked up, 4.3 million views on this tweet alone, that there's this kind of sterilization of the competitive gaming angle of Pokemon Go and ultimately play Pokemon at large because this is a play Pokemon regional event.
Yep.
Now, it doesn't just stop there, and we're gonna come back to Firestar in just a second. But it doesn't just stop there. So there was actually two other incidents at Orlando Regionals, and the first
Hmm.
one that we'll talk about here is in the junior TCG. And I have a wall of text tweet that I'm going to pull up here. This is Chris Chen. This is the gamer's father puts out a statement. His son Ethan was disqualified. It says, I want to clearly state that Ethan is not going around randomly touching people. So this is about him making physical contact with another trainer. Patting them on the back or head duck, duck, goose style. I'm not looking for vindication to prove my son's innocence. Here are some considerations for public transparency. He had previously played against him at other regionals. He thought he was his friend and acquaintance and had conversations with them at subsequent regionals. He sat next to the person and said good luck to them during phase 1 at Orlando and wanted to say good luck to them for their win in round. And what he did was wanted to give him like a pat on the back kind of thing, like good job, dude. And missed his back and grazed the guy's head, the kid's head. Not punched him, not hit him, not scratched him or anything. It was just like a little bump. But these are friendly kids. Like when I know
Yep.
when my son was these age and we'd take him to like a summer camp or something like that, he would make fast friends. You know what I mean? Like you meet the kid
Yeah.
for
And the kids
two
are like
days.
bumping
Yeah, and they're
elbows.
like best friends, you know.
Yeah.
And I've seen this culture and the behavior at these Pokemon tournaments where if people are on this level where they're playing at regionals and they're traveling, chances are, especially if they're a kid, they live for this. They're seeing the same people from regional to regional.
Yep.
So it's exciting for the kids to be like, I know you. I feel welcomed here. This is my space. I found my people. So Ethan Chen had no reason to go up and assault somebody. It was just like a little thing that, you know, hey, I wanted to give you a pat on the back and I touched your hair. Gets disqualified. Total nightmare. Like this is wild, right? So this one is just really interesting. And the dad does a really good job of saying, like, and I'll read one more excerpt from his tweet. He says,
Yeah. Like it could have been parent to parent or
that
kid
well,
to kid.
that's exactly what he says. He goes, Ethan was never
Yep.
told or given any indication that the person was not a friend, uncomfortable, or did not want any interaction with them, at least not to his knowledge. The situation could have been possibly addressed through a kid to kid or parent to parent interaction. Example, I'm not comfortable talking to you or interacting with you, or I don't consider you a friend, or please stay away from my child. None of that stuff happened. So again, a little bit of a sterilization of the culture. And that culture being, hey, we're all here to have fun. We're competing. We're competitive as hell. We're passionate, but we're still playing Pokemon. The spirit of Pokemon still lives in these hyper competitive environments. And I think these situations that we're seeing in Orlando really dull that. Now, there's a third. And this one's a little bit more spicy, a little bit more interesting. And this one is, let me see if I have that link. This is another TCG player. And what ended up happening here, hold on, let me find this link really quick. Similar kind of thing where headphones come off, right? But with this one, he pulls the cards he needs to win. He throws his headphones down. It lands on one of his dice. The die rolls away, and the kid gets up and
The
celebrates.
board state is easily reconstituted. It's not that's
Yeah,
not the issue. The
cards
issue
didn't hit
is
the ground. They didn't go flying. They didn't cross, across the center line of the table. It was deemed aggressive, and someone could have gotten hurt from that. I guess that 6-sided die that rolled away aggressively when he
Like,
put his
he
headphones down.
he sets them down, and he doesn't throw them, he sets them down. It just hits the dice, which makes it look like it's being slammed down. It wasn't slammed down.
Now,
It set them down,
in
and the
this
dice
case,
moved.
oh, shout to True Inferno here in the chat. His video we were just showing about Firestar. Yeah, True, we just showed your video, so we're gonna pull that back up in a second. Now, with this one here, with Fish Nugget, what's interesting about it is on top of getting up and putting the headphones down and all that stuff, the game wasn't over. He drew the cards he needed for his win condition, but did not signal that he was attacking, doing the move, or anything like that. He kind of prematurely stood up and just kind of like, exploded. Boom, I've got my win condition. The game wasn't officially over. But again, no violence. I don't think they're malicious. These are passionate competitors. And to be fair, if I'm play Pokemon, I want fierce competitors. I want this to truly be the best of the best. And in
Yep.
order to do that, you have to have the most passionate, dedicated players that are, in most cases, traveling the world with their own money, to get out to these events and do all this stuff. So Orlando had some heat. There was some things going on, but what we're talking about here is Firestar. So I'm going to pull up Firestar's video again, and shout to True who's here in the chat. But here's True's video here, and he shows you could see the other opponent stands right up, walks over, big nice handshake. The dude's doing a little bit more celebrating. He can't believe it. He just came through the losers bracket. Dream come true. And then they rug pulled him. So before we even get too far away from that, there was a follow-up tweet from a known member of the Smash Brothers community. This is Hungry Box, Liquid H Box on Twitter. Hungry Box is one of the best Smash Brothers players in the world. He's a co-founder of Team Liquid. Very, very notable in the competitive fighting game space. And tweet came out of nowhere. It said, just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the man himself, Firestar73, for taking time to come over to my house this morning to talk to me about Orlando Regionals. We recorded an interview, about the whole situation, and it gives an incredible amount of insight to what went down, the state of competitive Pokemon, etc. I'm waiting to confirm some things before I post it, but I'm hoping the judges do a proper investigation and overturn the decision to give him the trophy he deserves. So, Hungry Box, one of the most notable and largest and biggest personalities in competitive fighting games in the Smash Brothers community, picking the story up, interviewing. Can't wait to hear this. And he said in the comments, he's doing the right thing. He's saying, look, I'm going to let the judges do their thing. I don't want my coverage of the event to have any interference with any judge or post-game rulings or anything. He's like, I'm going to hold off. And that brings up another question. Will Play Pokemon say anything? Or will this be kind of a, thing that when, because we've had incidents of
it's going to
sexual
go under the
assault.
rug.
We've had stalking. We've had crazy, crazy stuff happen at some of these Pokemon events, and it's crickets. You might get something like, oh, we respect the safety of our trainers, but they don't bring up any specifics. This is something that is not.
No, there'll be a statement that's a blanket statement that says, in future events, you should avoid touching people and celebrating when you win. You should not be excited. You should not have emotions. You should not be passionate about Pokemon.
Who wants to watch that? Not me.
No one. I don't want to watch that.
That's what I mean. It's like I don't want to watch some stale robots. You know what I mean? It's like we could see that all day on
that's
TCG
what they're training
Live.
us to be.
And that's my concern, and that's why I think that this could have potential ramifications on not just
we might
playing
as well just
Pokemon.
sit at a table and play TCG Live against each other.
Dude,
that's the only way that this is gonna.
We were talking about it in our Discord earlier, and I forget who said it, but it was one of the best lines. It said, I have seen more emotion and celebrations in professional chess matches. And it's totally true. You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought it was cricket matches.
So it's just wild that all this is blown up. And again, this was just this weekend. And I'm concerned that in a time where Pokemon is in the news, 30th anniversary, 10th anniversary of Go, you know, Go has had its own rocky road when it comes to being able to perform at a level that is professional scale. You know, we always thought like, oh, how could Pokemon Go be a proper esport if GBL doesn't run right? Or this isn't even the problem at this point. Now we're seeing like these social and cultural issues that are really roadblocking Pokemon Go. I'm really hoping that everyone gets their soapbox out and is allowed to share. And even like Nighttimeclasher was who Firestar was playing in the finals, who ended up winning the Orlando Regional, but hasn't made a statement yet or anything like that. And I'm sure he's just like, what is happening here? Like, I mean, if I was Nighttimeclasher, it's like you have a serious moral dilemma. I don't even know if it's within his power to be like, no, give him the award. Like, I don't even know if he has the ability to kind of hand it off.
Well, it doesn't matter if he has the ability or not. He should say, "Yeah, I'm not gonna accept second like, I'm not gonna accept first place. Like, I didn't win. He won."
Yeah, but like when it comes to the scorecard and your play Pokemon ID, you know what I mean? Like it's not like you can say like don't
Yeah, but
apply those points.
that would be like, I don't know, it'd just be like a false victory. Like
I
that
don't know,
literally would
man.
feel like garbage. I don't know if I could live with myself knowing that because the judge deemed it like I just probably wouldn't go to events anymore. I'd be
So
like so embarrassed.
Leo brings up a good point here. It's a good counterpoint. It says Japanese culture is all about respect, so even the slightest reaction can be seen as disrespect. They should take it case by case basis to show that there was no disrespect when showing the same passion. I agree with you 100%. But this is in America, baby. This is Orlando's event. Like and the way that Pokemon TPCI does these events is these are like volunteer, for the most part, volunteer based events. Now they get vetted, they get trained, they have, you know, all the workings of what you would want to make sure that you have the right people in, you know, running these events. But when I see the combination of all three of these things happening all within Orlando, especially Firestar, it's, I don't know, man, it's a real bummer. It's a real bummer because I don't know. I kind of want more excitement. I mean, you know, if I want to watch a UFC fight, I'll go watch a UFC fight. That's not what I want here. But I want to be able to see like someone who's probably had a childhood dream to be on that stage, who's, you know, broke his butt to get there, makes this incredible run through, and then they don't want him to celebrate. Like and we're seeing it even in the NFL, right? You know, with touchdown celebrations or whatever, like they're, you know, people getting flags thrown on them for doing a dance or something like that. Like, I don't know, man. You ever hear of banana ball, the baseball? Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's fun to watch. Why? Because it's outrageous. You know what I mean? And it's silly. And people can do a backflip and catch the ball and then do a dance and start twerking on the It's fun. It's fun. And I think this sets a precedent that we could be setting ourselves up to sterilize that fun in a competitive setting. And if that's the case, that's going to prevent people from, you know, working hard, because they're going to say, why am I going to go through hell to get here if it can only be taken away? So it's,
Yeah, and would it be different? Let me ask you this. Would it be different if like the opponent got up, did the same thing, but was like, "Yo, they beat me.
yeah. Yep.
Awesome." You know, like can you just I
You
put
get
in the
double points.
notes, I put into the notes, it's it's a scene from Path to the Peak where the main character wins a match and her friend loses. And it's 30 seconds in, and I just want you to like look at his reaction and tell me if that would get him disqualified or not.
I don't even know. Oh, wait, hold on.
I put it in the notes.
What am I watching here?
30 seconds in.
Oddish?
Hold on. I can't skip it. It's a story, man. All right, here we go. 30 seconds in. This is
Cuz let me know when you finish watching that the scene
5,
where he
6?
gets
I
up
think I won.
and like
she's winning right now.
Straight up
Yep.
destroyed.
He knocked his chair over.
he knocked his chair over. That's in an official Pokemon
Whoa.
video. He got
That was
up. He was the
incredible.
loser, but he knocked his chair over and made some crazy hand gestures. He jumped out of his seat. I'm not sure. Like she actually won. She should not have won. I don't know why the crowd is celebrating because she should not have won.
Look.
He should have won.
Half of the problem here isn't even Orlando. I think Orlando is a negative catalyst to what could happen for the overall state of competitive Pokemon. Because if you have people that are, because people jump ship with games all the time when they're competitive like this. People say, "Oh, I used to play Smash Brothers, now I play Street Fighter." I used to, play the game A, now I play game B. If I was a competitive
I
player
used
at
to
a
play
high level,
Pokemon Go. Now I play Pokemon Go.
well, I'm just saying it might deter people from coming over when they see negative stuff happening like this. And I don't know. I don't know how we regain the ability to have excitement in a competitive setting when even something
We're not allowed to.
that's the
Nope.
worst. I don't want that. I don't want that. And
Nope.
again, I'm
Can't
not
do it.
saying I want to see people splashing the pot or flipping the table or any of that. But there's got to be a balance here, and I think that this was just way over the top. Now, come next week when we do our next show, and if Play Pokemon hasn't made a statement and we have nothing to go off of, all that's going to happen is this is just going to fester in the community, and it's not going to go away. And the optics are going to get worse,
And it
worse,
shouldn't.
and
It should
worse.
not go away. This is devastating.
It's a bummer.
3 different party, six different parties all got affected by this.
Yeah. And shout to GoHub. I'm going to pull up GoHub's article real quick. They do some really great coverage of this situation. And even the headline, you could tell where their head is at. It says Firestar 73 stripped of Orlando regional title after controversial ruling. They talk about his run to the finals. They talk about the moment everything happened. And I love this line here. It says the decision, moments after the match had already ended, a ruling was made, not about the game, not about a game interaction, about his celebration. So that kind of like tells you where the headspace is. Like, this isn't even about the game. No one cheated here. No one did anything malicious. It's a very, very interesting situation, man. Super bummer. And, it says a moment taken away. The hardest part isn't just the result. It's everything that came with it. Firestar didn't get his moment. There was no medal ceremony, no post-game interviews. In fact, the broadcast ended with him still being shown as the champion. The graphic remained. The moment existed, but only briefly. Then it was gone. Wow. IGN picked up the story. And IGN says Pokemon Go fans in uproar after championship player disqualified for allegedly taking off headphones in unsportsmanlike manner. I mean, what a great headline. Like, that really sums up what has happened here. Like,
Yep.
he didn't fling his headphones. He didn't throw it. Like, dude, come on, man. This is like, it's very concerning. I'm super worried about this. Because now we have a benchmark, a negative benchmark that future regionals are going to be pit against. And then now you're going to have people online yelling at judges and yelling at officials and tournament organizers. And none of that is healthy. You know what I mean? So it's like, who do we hold accountable for this? Was it one person that made this call? Was it a whole team of people? Were they following protocol? Was this really warranted? Can it be reversed? Like, these are all questions that, unless Pokemon makes a statement, are just going to linger and fester and build resentment. And I just don't want to see any of that happen. East Met West in the chat says, we have to do future matches in the Roman Coliseum. That'd be amazing. Oh, my God. I don't know. Yeah, Fisher J says, Pokemon needs to respond. I don't have faith they will. Now, we've seen like crazy stuff go down on the Pokemon Go side with things breaking and all this stuff, and Niantic has been crickets. Like, we never hear from them, you know what I mean? So this is significantly heavier. This is on the TPC side. This is Play Pokemon, which is a completely different vertical. I don't know. I don't know if any of that stuff will ever come to light. But the fact of the matter is, Firestar 73 is not the champ. And
It sucks.
it's a little bit of a bummer. Hate to see it. So let us know what you think. Write us in, lured up at PokemonProfessor.com. Check in with us on Twitter or any of our socials. Let us know where you're at and how you feel about this, and if you felt it was justified, or if this was kind of wonky in your book. But wild topic, man. Wild
Mhm.
topic for sure. We're already 30 minutes in, so I'm gonna jump through this really quick. But moving on, we're gonna move on just so we get out of it, because otherwise I'll just spiral and continue to drop the WTFs all over the place, because I'm so confused by this whole thing. All right, next thing I want to talk about here. Last week we talked about gaming addiction. 2 weeks ago we talked about gaming addiction, and kind of how the game kind of influences us to feel the need to fight FOMO off by dedicating time to the game when we maybe shouldn't, to the point where it impacts our relationships, whether it's work or our personal relationships, friendships, family, any of that. There's some stuff behind that. So we talked about all this negative stuff last time, like how it's creates challenges with your relationships. And so I was figuring today we can kind of talk about some healthy habits and some strategies to kind of say, how can I make the most of this game without feeling like I'm being pulled by the game? And I think that that's an important thing, because Adam, you said it last time, where you were comparing like my dedication to like the minutia of the game, powering up megas and doing all that stuff. And you're like, I don't even think of that. It's like, so that kind of stuff can, if left unchecked, and you just say like, oh my goodness, I got 45 minutes of maintenance work I have to get in. I really should go to bed, but instead of going to bed, I'm going to do 45 minutes of box maintenance. You know what I mean? Like, that could be a problem. So how can you turn some of this gameplay into a positive way to engage with the game where it's not taking away? So the main strategy I have, and shout out to Leo, who's here in the chat, for coming up with the Pokemon Run Club in Washington, D.C. But my benchmark for being able to experience this game in a positive way is any gameplay I'm doing in this game can be done while moving, while walking. So if I say, oh man, I got to do 15 minutes of mega evolutions, I got to do 15 minutes of box maintenance, I got to do 15 minutes of this, it's like, oh man, I got a half hour worth of crap I got to do. And it's like, it's not fun to just sit here, and it's like almost like doom scrolling, where you're just like sucked into the screen and you're just kind of like going through the motions. Now, what if you take that same gameplay and say, I'm going on a hike, I'm going on a walk, I'm getting
That's what I
outside,
like. That's what I enjoy doing.
and then it's like, it's not, oh my God, I had to sit here and do 15 minutes worth of box maintenance. It's, hey, I went for a 15-minute walk. I ran my daily adventure incense. I let my Go Plus go, and, was able to get out there, hatch some eggs, get some exercise in. I've got this thing I tell my son all the time now, because, he's a techie kid, right? He wants to stay inside, play video games and all that. I'm like, dude, the weather is breaking. Like, we need to escape these four walls. Like, we need to escape the fact that we have a ceiling over our head. Like, we need to get outside. We need to be under the stars, right? So if you can apply walking or exploring or exercising on top of your mundane, boring chore work in the game, box maintenance, things like that, it gives new meaning to those things, because now it becomes about the walk or about the exploration. Joe in the chat says 100% dog walks. Dude, my dog loves Pokemon Go. You know what I mean? It's like,
your dog loves barking.
She does.
Your dogs love barking.
But like, if I need to hatch an egg at the end of the day or something, I'm trying to, get it in. It's like, come on, dog, let's go. We're going around the block. Let's do it. So I wrote some things out here, and the first one is a little bit of a public service announcement of healthy things that you could do in this game. The first thing you could do is tag things for remote trades. Please tag things for remote trades. I've worked 90 days to get forever friends with people, and then you become a forever friend with someone. You go to look at their Pokemon, they have nothing tagged. It's like, bro, what game are you playing that you're still opening gifts, going through the forever friend process, and you don't even have anything tagged? So things like that you take for granted because it's boring work, but it's at the benefit. So you say, oh man, I don't want to sit here and just tag stuff. It's like, all right, go for a walk. Go for a walk and do it. Hall the Counselor subscribing with Prime for 5 months. Yo, thanks so much, Hall the Counselor. Appreciate you. Joe said, and not Dialga and Palkia without the move. Yeah, for sure. It's like, I don't want that. People putting
Are you sure?
15 shiny Squirtles in there. It's like, bro, I don't need to look at all these. Come on, put one in there. But things like that. Even more dedicated things, GBL, PvP, these can be done while walking. Remote raiding, even like gifting, like all this stuff can kind of be tag teamed against walking. And that's my go-to how to add like true value to any of this mundane stuff to make it feel a little bit more of like, hey, I'm not doing this out of FOMO. I'm using the fact that I have to, mega evolve 30 Pokemon right now. I'm going to use that as a catalyst to go for a walk. And that's the difference. Because you say, I can either sit here on the toilet for 30 minutes and do this stuff, or I can sit on the couch for 30 minutes and do this stuff, or I'm going to go for a walk. And then at the end of the walk, I just happened to run through all my megas. I think that's just a great way to look at it. So,
For you.
Terminal in the chat says, I had to buy someone a Com Day ticket to get them to add something to the remote trade tag. Bro, my remote trade tag is nice. And I can pull it up. Y'all want to see what I oh man, I'm dropping stuff. You want to see what I have in my remote tag? I'll pull it up real quick. So I did have a really nice Pokemon. I have 50 Pokemon tagged right now. I'm going to put them in number order. I had a shiny Magby, and I knew it was going to go quick. And it did. But I've got a bunch of costume Pikachus in here. That's what I've been stocking up on inbound trades is costumes. I've got my shiny unknowns. I've got shiny legendaries. Pretty much one of everything. If I've got some costume stuff that's shiny or regionals that are shiny, I've got a couple female Salandits in here. Things I know people will want. And I've got multiple shiny Palkia or Dialga with the move, but I'm not going to dump them all in there. If someone takes one from me, I'll drop another one in. Keep the list nice and clean. All that kind of stuff. Ozark says, okay, Uncle, how do I know what to tag for remote trades? Just put it this way. What is it? What do you think would be worth it for people to give you something you want? What do you think, so look at it like that. Like, oh, I'd be willing to give up my shiny Charizard if someone had a shiny Venusaur to give up. Like that kind of stuff of something that's going to be viable in a trade. Usually that's going to be shinies. It's going to be legendaries. It's going to be shiny costumes or backgrounds or special moves, all that kind of stuff. Event exclusive stuff is always great. And regionals, if I were to pull up my, let's see, I'm going to pull up my shiny Pokemon and recents. Let's pull this up real quick again for the video viewers. You can see, I go plus the Gothita at some point today. All right, that's cool.
There you go.
But I have a shiny.
I caught 2 Dedennes and a Pikachu
I
recently.
a shiny Carnivine that I got in a trade, and then I got a bunch of shiny costume Pikachus. I needed all these. So it's like, oh, these are from the event. But I got an Indonesian Pikachu, with the soccer jersey. That's super rare. I was like, well, you kidding me? Of course I'll take that. So I'm just kind of going through and picking up all the different costumes that I need through these remote trades. So definitely worth doing. But again, do it when you go for a walk. It's just just get outside. You know what I mean? Go for a picnic. So I'm a little bit of an old school guy when it comes to going on a picnic. You don't threaten me with a good time saying let's pack a lunch, get a kite, go to a park. You know what I mean? I'm in 110%. And it's a little bit different when you got some music on, a little radio going, and you're laying out on the blanket in the middle of a field and you're just, on your phone. It's combining nature and technology. That's the kind of secret sauce for me to validate what I'm doing, to make it at least feel like I'm not wasting away, getting sucked into the phone, things like that. So, oh my God, all the counselor says he has 1,794 Pokemon in his remote tag. Oh man, I went in. We just did it. Did we do our trade? I went in. I looked exactly what I wanted. I was like, just give me this one. I don't even choose 3 Pokemon in people's list. I'm like, one. That's the one I want.
This is the one.
All right. All right. Well, let's take a little break. When we come back, we'll actually talk gameplay, and go from there. But we'll be back right after this. Hi, chat. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Orlando's crazy, right? So wild.
Yeah. Only in Florida.
We've seen such crazy stuff happen in the past year at regional events, and not just at the event proper, things happening in the hotels, things happening in the hotel lobby and hotel rooms, and just madness happening at some of these events. So Ozark Renee says, but will it be only in Florida? Stacy P, we should exchange codes again. Do I not have you? What do you mean? Or did we reset? Did we try to reset? Oh yeah, I guess you did. I'm going to put my code in the chat right now. All right, chat. I'm putting my my friend code in here if anyone wants to add me. There you go. All right, Adam, did you hydrate?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get back
I
into
am
this.
hydrated. It's like that song. Why'd you have to go and make things so hydrating?
Oh, all right. Anyway. And we are back from our break. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate all of y'all. Terminal says, Adam, please send gifts. Everything we do here at the Pokemon Professor Network is powered by the community, and you can join our community of supporters over on patreon.com/Pokemon Professor for as little as $1 a month. You can head over to patreon.com/Pokemon Professor and support a collective of hardworking part-time creators that have a passion for Pokemon podcasting and the communities they share here at the Pokemon Professor Network. I want to take a moment to recognize some of our patrons. Huge thanks to our gym leader patrons, Maddie G, Espion Willow, KJ the Man, Herbert, Brandy, PJ, Fisher J, and James. Shout out to our executive producers, Xander, as well as the other executive producers on the network, Monkey Bread, Tish Smith, and Kate the Cons. Huge shout to Ozark Renee, who's here in the chat, for being our first member of the Elite 4 tier patron. And also our top dog patron, Giovanni tier. Boris, thank you so much. Keeping it alive. Let me just say, thanks to patronage this month, we were able to upgrade some equipment for the Waste Spotters podcast. I would say outside, bro, I did my taxes this week. Whew, let me just say, I need to start putting some money away when I get these Patreon payouts. I owe the man like a G this year. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to pay. I got to pay like $1,000. But yeah, it's we reinvest everything we make here. So it's pretty cool to be able to empower a bunch of creators and part-time creators. A lot of them are parents, some single parents, fathers, challenges to do this stuff is challenging sometimes. And to be competitive in the content space, it, for the most part takes equipment and things like that. And there's a lot of expenses that are associated with it. So we really, really appreciate our Patreon community because it gives us the opportunity to do things we undoubtedly would not have been able to do otherwise. And because of the support of our community,
like sending gifts,
we're able to do some really, really cool stuff. So thank you to our Patreon community. We appreciate you all. Also, Lured Up ad-free version available on our Patreon for $5 tier and up. So if you want to get an ad-free version of Lured Up, it's there.
That's the way to do it.
I was very surprised. I mean, we had a couple people ask for it, and then I'm looking at the analytics of the posts, and like people are they don't like those Carvana ads at the beginning of the show. It's funny. It's funny. All right, so let's talk about the game. Hey, how about the game? Yeah.
Oh, the game?
Wait, you know what? I got something to talk about. This is an exciting one. Oh, we are doing a round of guests before GoFest, leading up to the road to GoFest. I have a flyer on screen right now. It says the Lured Up Podcast Road to GoFest guest lineup. Over the next 2 months, we're going to be having a bunch of creators on. JT Valor, Trainer Club, Ditto Base, Reversal making his comeback, Landor Alpha, and Ashley the Artist, a new creator that is picking up some steam in the Wayfarer community. Definitely worth talking some Wayfarer. And we will be announcing dates for these over the next couple weeks. The first episode will be recorded this week with Ashley the Artist on Thursday. And likely Landor Alpha will be the next up. And we're going to be going through all of them, but we'll be putting dates up. I love talking to them. I love talking to creators. I love talking to YouTubers. Can't wait to talk to JT about all his traveling and, Reversal
He'll be like,
coming back.
You can hear my haircut through the through the speaker.
Bro, I asked Billy for like a new promo picture, bro, because like he's got his old promo picture with like a short hair. He's looking like a hippie now. He's got a beard. He's got long hair. I'm like, bro, you changed, man. It's awesome. But yeah, no, this is gonna be a lot of fun. This is gonna be really cool. So stay tuned for details on that. And of course, we will definitely keep everybody on top of all this good stuff. All right, let's talk the game. Shockingly good time. You like the Mimikyu.
It was electric for sure.
Dude, like shockingly good time is over. But again, Mimikyu's still here. I don't know, man. I think it should have went. I think it should have left.
I am fine with it.
I think this was a perfect thing that they could have kept in their back pocket to bring out, take it away, bring it back on Halloween. Like we could have it as soon as Halloween. So it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but we're going to get it back for Halloween.
Well, I mean, I'm sure it'll come back for GoFest or something like that. But
because
I just don't want it in the regular pool.
Well, right now it's just like PvE right now. Like you can't put it in gyms and stuff, right?
Correct. It's like, well, it changes the form in PvP. It's like a little funky, and I think it did get banned from competitive play as well, just a little ironic. I just think from a collector standpoint, which is 99.9% of the people that are going after Mimikyu, I don't know. It lost its rareness. Terminal in chat says, I saw a Flamigo today. Things like that make it great, especially when we're in like a vanilla window and you could actually try to go after like habitat spawns.
Normal Pokemon?
Well, it's, like going after Wiglet, trying to get shiny or, shinies or something like that. Or Joe in the chat, he had asked me, he's like, hey, man, I'm looking for seal. I'm not seeing the seal. I went down by the beach. I was like, I see the seal. They're here. So it's
You're like, I went down by the bay where the watermelons grow, and I didn't even see any.
My cabbages. But it's like, the thing is, like, if you have event spawns, it's really hard to find and see and distinguish the habitat spawns. So you kind of need that gap. And we had the third week of last month as that gap. Now we have 2 weeks in April, no weekly event. So they're not following any trend yet.
Yeah, but this is what we want. This is what we've been asking for.
Do we, though? Do we want it? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want that. I'm okay with the overarching weekly event. Give me one weekend event, which is fine. The Saturdays, that has its own, reasons for people to be upset at Saturday events. But give me one. Leo says my wallet is happy with all the breaks. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. It's, bro, I don't know what got over me the other day, bro, but I was out playing for Fashion Raid Day, which was okay. I did my 13, 14 raids and called it a day. But I don't know. There was some box in the shop for $30 for like 50 lucky eggs and a bunch of star pe.
Oh, that's
Bro,
right up your alley. Love the lucky
I love
eggs.
the lucky eggs.
It's like,
Boom,
"It don't matter what level I'm at, I
drop
still want that XP."
drop the $30, right? Then I'm like, you know what? I need coins. I need something else. Drop to $20. Oh, I need this event pass. Bro, $60 in one day. I'm like, what am I doing? This is
What
crazy.
are you doing,
I was
sir?
like, I don't know. How am I gonna tell Sarah about this? I don't know how I'm gonna make up an excuse. I'm like, I don't know. I slipped and hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button. But look how good I am with the reward road. I'm really leveling up. Uh,
You know
but
what's sad is that I never logged into my account to get
oh,
last month's
jeez.
reward road.
That's the worst. You are the
Yeah, I
worst.
know, I know. And it's like we're sitting here online and like we're looking at Pokemon Go, like the website. So it's like I could
You
easily just
log
click it.
in and do it. So the Mimikyu avatar items are really, really awesome. I absolutely love them. And some people are saying, why are some hoods down and some hoods up? So apparently, different hairstyles will react with the hoodie differently. So certain hairstyles will allow the hood to be up, certain hairstyles will allow the hood to be down. So if you're seeing like, some people want the hood up and they're like, I can't get it, try changing your hairstyle. It'll get covered by the hat anyway. But I had fun with this event. I thought it was really cool. Now that we have this blanket, everything's available as a shiny and there's no boosted shinies, it adds more value when an event has boosted shinies. So I was catching shiny Pikachus, I was catching shiny Chinchows. I didn't get any shiny Dedennes, but it makes the shiny boosted Pokemon feel better. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's see what else we have. Oh, April Go Pass is here. Lucky Trinket is back. April 7th, it kicked off today. Go Pass and Go Pass Deluxe. Now, I heard a bit of feedback in our Discord that I wanted to talk about because I always talk smack and I'm like, yo, don't buy the extra levels. It's not worth it. Just do an extra raid and you get the same amount of stuff.
Do the extra raid.
So apparently, some people are buying the extra 10 levels not because they don't think they're going to complete the Go Pass, is because they want the head start to get to the different tier bonuses and they could cut a day off of their need to play to get to those bonuses. Because once you reach those bonuses, you could open more gifts, do whatever it may be. So I wasn't even ever thinking about that from that perspective of like, that's why it might be worth it to buy the extra 10 levels because you're capped on how many Go Pass points you can earn in a day. So that makes a little
That's
bit more
true. That
sense.
is very
So
true.
it is a good strategy if that's your strategy. But
But if
$8
it's not your
on the month.
strategy, it's not your strategy.
Yeah, do the extra raid. Just come on, pull over and do the raid. But yeah, all the stuff is in here. Really, it's all about the Lucky Trinket. And what we saw with the March Go Pass, which I liked, was they kind of flip-flopped having like out of, the 4, if you have the deluxe and you would have 4 rewards where normally you get like 3 of them would be consumable items, Pokeballs, whatever, potions, and 1 would be an encounter. It seemed like there was way more encounters in the March one, and looking through the April rewards, it looks like they're continuing that, which is cool. Give me more encounters. Give me more encounters that have that are
A
tied
good
to
floor.
yeah, and also that are tied to the month, tied to the event, tied to the season. Again, it fills in that immersion for me as a player. But Go Pass is available now, and we're going to run through some events really quick. We're not going to spend too much time on them, but today is the 7th. 7 days from now, we have Sustainability Week. Oh, this weekend is Tinkaton Community Day. We have Sustainability Week coming with Silicobra and Sandaconda. So we have some new Pokemon coming around. Galarian Corsola wearing glasses, the pink sunglasses. So new costume Pokemon. Riolo Hatch Day is coming up. Now, this is the replay. So we already had Water Research Day. We had Fashion Raid Day, which is all repeat stuff. Now we have replay for Riolu Hatch Day. Then we also have the Go Bigger event coming back around. The Giants of Cancer return during replay Go Bigger. This is April 25th, so the last Saturday, where the Kanto starter G-Maxes are coming back along with Gengar. And I was like, now Memories in Motion, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, memories, because we've done all this before. It's just like, yeah, I remember doing
It
G-Man.
already
It's
happened.
like a giant. They should have called it replay in motion. Oh, don't tell JREC Wolf he's going to make a cheesy graphic in Microsoft Paint. But here we have Steel Resolve. Steel yourselves for the return of Steel Resolve with Meltan, Earthworm, and more. Tuesday, April 28th through May 4th. So we're
Ooh,
already going into.
Earthworm.
But check it out, dude. It's making its debut along with its shiny. We love when they do this. That makes that chase so much better. And they don't really talk
Okay,
about.
cool. It's in the 3-star raids.
It's
All
in
right.
3-star raids. So that's where I was going to say. They don't necessarily say anything about it being in the wild, or in, they even list some research, but it's not listed in in the encounters, but it's in 3-star raids. Definitely should be doable for most trainers solo.
Okay. It starts on Tuesday.
It starts on Tuesday and goes to the following Monday. This is like that same
All
structure
right.
that
Well,
we've been seeing.
which one of us is going to get a shiny first?
Me? I play this game. I'm ready to do raids, bro. I'm ready to do some raids.
I'm ready to do raids.
I'm not.
I'm ready to remote the crap out of this worm.
I'm not remoting any of them, bro. I'm
Listen,
pulling
the
over.
early raider gets the worm.
The earthworm
Gets the earthworm.
That's so funny. But shiny Meltan, this is your opportunity. Prep for this event.
This is your
By
opportunity.
getting your Meltan box ready and in hand on April 27th. So that way when the 28th comes around at 10 a.m., boom, drop that box so you can try to get as many in
And
as
if
you
you've
can.
got any shinies, throw those in your forever trades or
Can't trade
whatever.
Meltan, bro. Can you trade? No, you can't trade Meltan.
You can't trade Meltan?
No, you can trade
Oh,
Meltan.
okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
But yeah. But you're gonna have to wait 30 days. But no, this is exciting. New, and again, we have Silicobra coming, and now we have Earthworm coming. So 2 new releases. Got a new costume Pokemon with the Galarian Corsola. A lot of stuff happening in game. And then we have a Taken Over coming back for the end of Steel Resolve at the very end of the month, April 30th through May 4th. And we have a little bit of a shakeup with our grunts. Now, grunts for me have taken on a whole new life because everything can be shiny now, so long as the shiny's been released. So now grunts are more exciting again. And I'm on level 78 where I need to do leaders. So it's like all this is kind of fitting for me. But what they say here, Shadow Incarnate Form Landorus will be Giovanni's Pokemon this time around. New Shadow Pokemon for grunts, Helioptile, Dewpider, Morlul, Stuffle, which is pretty cool. There will be event research that'll give you extra charge TMs and mysterious components. And then there will be, for the Taken Over here, there will be an additional Go Pass and Go Pass Deluxe available, which is, it's...
Yeah, why wouldn't there be?
But look, when they have blank weeks with no events, it's all right. So that's $5 in event tickets over a 2-week period because there's no event the previous week. It's not that bad. I'm not mad at the game. Not mad at it. But I don't know, man. That's a show. We did it. Man, I'm still just still rattled from this Orlando stuff. I can't wait to see how this plays out. I really can't wait to see
it really put me in a sour mood to start with that. I know like that was the whole goal, is to like that was the interest, and that's where like my mind was at. But like, man, I just want to play this game and enjoy it, and I don't want to have to like.
Well, you have a unique experience because you've been to so many TCG tournaments and so many regionals and all this stuff. You've seen this stuff firsthand, so it's, I don't know. I do feel sad. I do think it's disappointing, and I don't want to see it have a negative reflection on the game moving forward. I don't want people to not approach the game because of stuff like this. So hopefully, they can even spin their response as a learning experience and do all that kind of stuff. I don't know if they'll even consider flipping the, I don't know. The decision's been made. Like, I don't think they're going to reverse anything, but at least they can address it.
Yeah.
I did reach out to Firestar to come on the show, so I'll keep everybody posted if we're able to make that happen. I think having some a non-PvP show like ours kind of talk about this. We'll give a unique perspective of not even approaching it from a PvP perspective, just approaching it from a culture of Pokemon perspective, because
Mhm.
it's I think this is a pretty big deal, pretty significant deal, and people should hear a story. I can't wait for that Hungry Box interview. But Adam, we did it. Is that a show?
That's a show.
Thank you so much to everyone who's here in the chat. We really appreciate you. Make sure you check out luredup.com for everywhere you can connect with us, get some merch, leave a review, listen to all our shows, connect with the other shows on the network, PokemonProfessor.com. We thank you so much. We appreciate everybody who's here in the chat. Like I said, ad-free version is up on Patreon this Friday. And if you're listening to the audio and you want to watch the video, check out our YouTube. It's all backed up over there, over at youtube.com/PokemonProfessor. Thank you so much, everybody. Keep training, trainers.
Bye, everyone.
We'll see you next week. Thanks, all.